Well, hello, YouTube. It is me, the BBK, and welcome back to the Bosses Lounge. I've missed you guys. I've been busy. I got some food on the stove. Well, actually, I'm um, trying to debate on what I want to have. So, what I did was I put some eggs on because I knew I had been craving a salad. So, I got some bacon bits in there. I'm gonna have me a salad, and I haven't figured out what I wanted to eat for the meat. I think I'm gonna have a chicken salad, so I'm just gonna put some chicken together. I'm gonna stir fry some chicken, real quick, and put that with it. But I wanted to come on here and say hello to everyone, see how everyone was doing. I've seen a couple of people talking about, hey, left-handed Libra, StreamYard. I can't see you on StreamYard, but I picked up I'm on my phone, so there it is. It just came through. Hey, baby, I miss y'all too. I saw a few people talking about the Queen and her passing. I couldn't do nothing but laugh. I was like, if they only knew, when Jason Lee said it the first time, that I think that was one of the reasons he stuck to his guns because I think he had irrefutable proof. Probably the same proof that I saw, but anyway. I saw them talking about it, and I wanted, something that we had not done before is I had not ever come on here and asked you guys what you've seen in your community, right? In your area. Have you seen anything suspect? Anything that looks different, like running out of groceries, the shelves being empty, anything like that? Because the other day, I was making a stop up at the store. I got jammed up on the main street, and I knew something had happened. I just didn't know what. What? So I jump off and I'm detouring with everybody else, and I finally get to my destination. And you got the electric company out here. They got the other side of the street jammed up. It was just a mess. So I discovered that they had been without power since 1 o'clock Friday night because a drunk driver had come through and clipped the power pole. And so it had knocked the lights out, power in businesses and homes. And when I was stopping through, it was probably about 6 or 7 on Saturday evening. So, you know, all I could wonder was, wow, were those people ready for that little lightweight tip tap that they got on the back with that whole drunk driver taking out a pole? You know what I'm saying? From 1 o'clock Friday or Saturday morning to 6 o'clock Saturday evening. It's a long time to not have any power. And the power company was there working, and I think he told me they got the power up finally today. So that's from Friday to Sunday with no electricity, no power. You know what I'm saying? And I all I could think about was, wow, how stressful was it for those people for that little bit of amount of time. um I don't know. I saw a couple of accidents and situations that showed up on the GPS from from Thursday, Friday, and yesterday. So it's a little crazy out here. I stopped by Walmart, and Walmart actually had some empty shelves. So empty shelves in the meat section. So that was a little shocking to me. Yeah, I was caught off guard on that one. What else have I seen? Mm, I've seen a lot of people out shopping, so I don't think anybody is mentally prepared for any fugaziness that may happen in the next couple of days. I mean, if you think about it, I would ask myself, oh, that's my alarm to go check my eggs. Hang on, babe. I'm sorry. Hold on just a second. Okay, thanks for waiting. I appreciate y'all. So they not ready yet. When the cleaning lady came last week, she forgot to put that top on that eye. So I don't know if that's a issue or what. But um, yeah, just wondering if you guys noticed anything in your neighborhood at the grocery store. I see the gas prices are going down. So that's a good thing. Which I do need to make a gas stop. I probably should do it tonight while it's on my mind when I get done eating. Um, yeah. Have you guys heard anything else that's going on? I did get some information from Anthony, and I couldn't hear him on the video, so I have to try to go back and replay that and see if I can pick up on it. But there was also some information shared that says that um, Russia was looking for some, I guess, ammunition or I don't know, war apparatuses or something for this situation over in the Ukraine. Mm-hmm. Was it? They was looking for. Was it from China or North Korea? I can't even remember now. I have to go back and look at it. But yeah, I also saw some information that said that, hey, Bench, how you doing, boo? I miss you guys. Oh my God, it's been so crazy. Hey, Janice James. Hey, y'all. Child, I've been so busy, honey. I'm in there trying to fix me something to eat now. And I was like, let me come over here and say hey to the ladies and gents. Just wanting to know, have you guys noticed anything weird in your area? Any shortages? Any large lines at the gas pumps? Have y'all noticed anything? I mean, especially since the queen is gone and all. Thank you for the thumbs up, baby. I appreciate you. Thank you, Benj. Just wondering if anybody's seen, any changes that we can see, just in our little section of YouTube. Can we speak on anything that you may have noticed in your community, in your area? So I'm just, I just got through sharing what I've experienced over these past 24, 48 hours in my area. Um, and based on everything that we found, we know that Liz been gone. Well, not been gone, but we know that she left earlier this year. We know it wasn't no recent thing like what is being announced, and that's because we got a hold to the papers. Oh, thank you, babe. I appreciate you, Benj. We got hold to some paperwork. Excuse me, that is processed when the king or the queen passes. They've got a whole process that has a protocol that goes into effect, right? So a couple of months back, we got a hold to that paperwork that had been put in process, meaning that Liz was gone. And this was probably a little bit before Jason Lee first came out and said that she was gone. That's why he stood his ground. I believe he had the same paperwork that we got a hold of. And I believe that's why when Jason Lee jumped up and said Liz was dead, I know y'all remember a couple of months ago, he jumped up and said Liz was dead. And then her people jumped up and put an article up talking about she's fine and preparing for the parade and all of this. And they was trying to say it wasn't true, but Jason Lee stood his ground. I believe that's because he had the same paperwork that was floating around in the underground. That's why I believe he stood his ground. So, they said Charles is the king now. They said Liz is probably the oldest reigning queen. So I think they said she reigned 70 years. So, and Charles ain't got long to go because Charles got a date with the rope. Let's not forget, okay? We know that other one, what's his name? We know she dethroned him. She just about took the family name from that last one. The one that was got sued by that girl was trying to prosecute, and they ended up settling out of court. Mm-hmm. Was it Harry? No, it wasn't Harry. Was it Harry? Hell, I can't keep up with all of them. But anyway, yeah. I'm I think I don't know. I think something big is about to happen. I mean, look at what they've been talking about. They when they went through all of the documents that they took from the Don's house over in what is it, Mar-a-Lago over in Florida when they went over there serving that warrant. Word on the streets is they took paperwork that they weren't supposed to take, and this was something that allegedly was blatantly obvious when they took the paperwork. So it's a big thing going on. Matter of fact, I believe it's like a whole lawsuit going on um, behind them serving that warrant on the Don. Now I've been hearing bits and pieces of how he's supposed to have some skeletons in his closet, and these skeletons are supposed to be coming out and all of the things. The problem of it is they're not putting a lot of energy into the skeletons, which means you can't be that much truth to them. I mean, so I don't know, but I believe right about now it's probably a good time for some shit to come out. I think Anthony was saying something about the broadcast system. Let me look at that message again real quick and see what it say. Hang on, because um so it looks like back during January the 6th. What's going on, Anthony? What's up, boo? Uh Back in January sometime when all of the military was at the Capitol and they were posted up there, they did them real bad. They didn't give them decent places to sleep, to rest. They were sleeping on the hard concrete. Some had cots, some had knots. Um, and it looks like for some reason that area may be uh, being prepared again for them to do it all over again. Anthony's here now. Maybe you can elaborate a little bit on what you sent me, Anthony. And by the way, when I was speaking on Russia earlier, they're looking to North Korea for arms. Says that Soviet era rockets shells needed for Ukraine, the situation in the Ukraine. So, um, you know, Russia is, expecting North Korea to help them. Yes, a little here. Let me drop the link for you so you don't have to try to type all that crap in here. Andrew, yeah, that's right. Andrew got demoted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Andrew got demoted. So he ain't got nothing going on right now. Charles, he ain't gonna be around too much longer. It'll just be interesting how they get rid of him. The minute he turn around and allegedly catch Killer Pete again, you'll know it's something about to go down. I'm just a little frustrated, I think, and disgusted because I was under the impression that the only people that got to keep their reputation intact were the people that assisted, that agreed to help in some form or fashion. Hang on, let me make sure. This Anthony.
Hey,
What
hey.
what's going on, boss? How you doing?
All right, all right.
So fill us in. Fill us in.
Well, yeah, right now I'm walking in between places right now, but that's why I'm able to talk now. But still can't say very much. But like when I sent you the information, I sent you that 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 um with visuals. I don't know exactly what what, but I know that it's definitely some artillery of sorts, and also some other stuff that is supposed to be well guarded. That on a norm we keep in we keep our stuff in certain areas. This is clearly not our stuff. and for whatever reason, it's being held there to be used at a certain date and time.
At a later date.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that's what was crazy. And uh, I was snooping and was talking to a few people, trying to you know not go deep in getting the information,
Hmm.
and now I'm under watch.
Really?
Yeah,
I've been telling you to be careful.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's not even just me. It's my whole unit. Um, it's a lot that, like I told you, some is coming. Some definitely coming, and it's not gonna be pretty. Some definitely about to pop off, and they're not telling us anything. And not only me, but a few others are actually going direct and asking for information. Why is this and why is that, and why they not keeping us informed? We're sitting under stuff that's dangerous, and you're not telling us anything. And a couple people got suspended. So yeah, and I had to go and delete a lot of stuff off my page as I got emails. Even the other content creators who works here that do golfing and everything else, they got to delete their pages, anything associated with the Capitol.
Wow. Well,
So
you also made a reference to y'all got some more visitors down there from out of state now. Yeah, I know
yeah,
the last time you
yeah,
told me New York was down there. Y'all got some more people down there.
yeah. We got good old Texas here. We got we have Dallas, Houston, and and um what's the other city? Well, they're here as well. The top PD, and they have stations here at HQ now too. Don't know why, but they're part of the package too. And we also have some of their National Guard. Don't know why, but yeah,
Mm, mm, mm.
we can't talk to them. We can't converse with them. We can't nothing with them. They sitting. They drive their own. I don't know if it's their own vehicles, rentals, or whatever. They nothing in marked. They in plain clothes, and I don't know what they supposed to be doing. I thought we had other agencies like the FBI and all the rest of them that's supposed to be doing this type of stuff. But again, I don't know what's going on.
Well, when you say Texas, if y'all remember, and I know we done had to delete a few things, so it's kind of hard. But if y'all remember a while back, we were talking about the number of people who were coming across the border in Texas. And if you guys
Mm.
recall, Texas had got up allegedly had got so upset and so bothered and in their feelings, girl, that they put the people on the bus and drove them down to DC, child, and allegedly dropped them off at the Capitol. Now, we said way back during the Afghanistan situation, when they
Mm-hmm.
wanted to make all of these provisions to bring all these folk over from Afghanistan and this, that, and the third, ain't nobody got a social security card, birth certificate, passport, driver license, ID, ain't got nothing. But you want to bring them over here and give them preference and priority and all of the things and
Oh, don't
and
forget the money. Don't
and
forget the big money.
and offer deals to the people to put them up in their Airbnbs and put them up in their homes and stuff. Well, look at what Texas said. We don't want them here, and since DC all for it, let us take them to DC. Since DC, seeming to find money and extra money to give to people phones and debit cards and putting them up in hotels that been refurbished and all of the things. So, when you start talking about them sending undercover people and stuff over here, it make me wonder when y'all should have been worried about who you was letting over here, you wasn't. Now that
Mm.
you're finding out a lot of the cartel and whatnot been moving into the region, now it seemed to be an issue. I'm just wondering. Now I think you're realizing that people are coming over here dressed like bums, muddy, probably itty, dirty, and filthy. When low key, they probably some of the richest people are working for some of the richest people. And that's how you move. You have to move amongst the people as the people. Like they said, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Well, when in America, look like the people in America look. You have to act and do all of the things. So it's kind of like now you want to try to catch a cricket in a haystack when you should have been keeping the gates up, or however, and let people come over here that have been identified. Now we got a mess. Lorraine, do you remember back last year when they were changing the rules for the CDL drivers and saying that they had to drive trucks that was 2003, was it 2011? I think it was 2011 or
Mm.
younger. And it was like, but are you going to give those truckers money to purchase those trucks to be able to work and have a job? And they want to, and they just I feel like, in my opinion, they're distracting you to think it's a shortage in truckers. The reality of it is a
In
lot of them local.
2011, I thought it was 2010.
Wait, okay, 10, 11, yeah. I think it could be a shortage of truckers, but I think that maybe the hardest part of the situation is that a lot of them tankers, them tanker ships, them cargo ships getting held up at port because all
Yeah.
of the children that they're finding and things that they've
Oh
been
yeah.
finding for the last 2 years. See, that's really playing a big part in not only food shortage, but shortage in other areas. But they make you look at the truckers when really go a little bit further. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, Anthony. Give me what you got, baby.
Oh no, no. I was listening. Um, but I was saying though, 2010. I thought it was 2010 when that actually, um, basically when they started reporting on it, or actually it was starting to get this, put out there. Uh, but well, I'm getting too close now. Let me stop right here. Um, yeah, because we have what department I'm in, and
Yep.
I know where a lot of stuff is at. From hidden cameras and trees and listening devices and all that. And I'm pretty sure um, the guys in green, I know they got stuff out here. So, and we don't have no access to that stuff. But BBK Boss Queen has always been telling y'all for the longest. I've been telling y'all, get your stuff in order, get some cash, put it away, get your water, get your canned goods, your preserves, stack up on it. Don't sleep on anything because anything can happen at any given time. And since the last 2 months here, a lot of deaths occurred, a lot of assaults occurred, a lot of disappearing acts occurred. And there's little places in every state things that's happening that's not being put out there that I know for facts. um, and I've been sending used to a BBK, so once I get the information, especially from the shredded department, um, I would definitely say keep your head on the swivel and definitely make sure to be ready so you ain't got to get ready because something definitely about to come down before the end of the year.
Yeah, I was saying it's about time. It's a lot of moves being made in the public and behind the scenes.
Yep.
So it seemed like it's about that time. And plus, hey, quiet as it's kept, a little birdie done been in my ear for a minute. So I'm trying to stay vigilant. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to cover all of my ends. Just thinking of trying to think outside the box. I know you can never be 100% ready, but I feel like of all of the things I am ready for, I think the priority for me is I'm ready to defend mine, and
Well,
that's that.
as we sit here speaking, I'm sorry, since we just speaking, I just got something on from the internal network. Government and defense motions just been dropped.
Say that
So I
again,
mean,
please.
I said on the inside network, they came in just now. I mean, it's just now. It ain't even been like 10 seconds. Government defense motions just been dropped.
Government defense motions. What were the
Yeah,
motions?
I don't know.
Oh, okay,
They're
okay,
working.
okay.
Like I told you, they had a lot of these secret meetings in these skiffs, and we don't have access to, so we don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
They only
yeah.
give us the perimeter, you know, to watch over certain things when these situations happen, and we just supposed to be on alert of those things. But anything internal, we don't know.
Yeah, being the blackouts will be all over because it's you got to remember blackouts. Having a blackout will be another form of control.
Right.
Is to keep you in the house, keep you situated and off the streets, but at the same time, putting you in a position to where if you do have to get out and about, it not only will there be, I feel like there'll be a military presence of some sort out there, but it would definitely also be a reason to not have to worry about taking your ass to jail. It's a reason to pop you on site and keep on driving.
Right. Right. And that's a lot of that been happening around here.
Have you all not noticed canning supplies being highlighted in the stores? I haven't noticed that, Lorraine. Really?
Yeah. And you remember, like the stuff I was sending, showing you too, what we have around here for no reason. I ain't never seen that stuff before. And I mean, it's coming by the pallets. It's not going to the homeless. It's all inside.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you too. Being there, it is a means of communication. Signals, absolutely. Lorraine, I agree with you. All we can do is store up and prepare to protect ourselves. Absolutely, because people that don't have gonna be trying to come and take what you have. They're gonna try to come and take yours. So it's gonna get real crazy. And you know it when you say communication and signals, the first thing I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. The first thing came to my mind was okay. So we blacked them out, told them to stay at the house, get somewhere and sit down. So it's gonna be some people that's gonna find out they can't get stay in the house and sit down because they wasn't prepared. So they need things. They're gonna try to make a quick run to the grocery store or the gas station or somewhere and buy some. But if the power out, like we've said before, the doors won't work, the cash register won't work, the lights won't work. None of that's gonna be working. So it,
Yep.
it won't be anything for you to do. The people that's out are gonna be struggling trying to get home. But then it's kind of like, what, if you don't want to just shoot everybody that you see that's out and about, why don't y'all flip the switch on the microwave? That's my way. That's my cold way of talking about this apocalypse that the CDC had once upon a time on their website. Which,
Right.
speaking of, the CDC has gone back and made a statement that I guess the mask wasn't as necessary as they thought they were. I think they might have made a mistake, but instead of just getting in front of a camera and telling everybody they don't, they just put a little bit on their website. And if you happen to go to their website and see it, then you know, and if you don't know, then oh well.
Right.
Uh,
Right.
but yeah, if they was to flip the switch on their microwave and start zapping everybody that's got this foreign substance in their body, Ooh, that could be another way of taking them out. That could
But
also
they
be another
been,
way of making sure people stay in their house too.
yeah. I'm gonna send you something that I came across from somebody else who be doing what we be doing, and he showed me some mess that was off the dark web associated to what you're talking about. Uh, Turning on something and people just dropping and acting like they have not acting, but seem like they having a seizure slash overdose type of reaction,
Reaction. Wow.
foaming at the mouth, shaking, real crazy and fast, abruptly, and it's like black trucks. They come up, then they just hit the switch on the computer, and then people look like from different walks of life, and certain people just drop on the ground and start just like convulsing.
Mm.
And I'm like, okay, okay.
The excuse for the excessive force will be blamed on NCB. Now I've been sitting up here. I'm almost about to Google NCB. Who is the NCB? I'm trying to think. National. Mm, I know she gonna tell me in a minute. I got my eyes open low. Binge. I got my eyes open. It's right here before our eyes. Yes. Yes, Lorraine. Yes.
Well, boss screen, I'm gonna have to drop down.
Okay, King. All right. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming up and thank you for the information too. Keep it coming.
All right, no problem. You know I
All
will.
all right, babe. Talk to you later.
Bro, later.
Yeah, y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first. This is what's going on down in the neighborhood. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know, I've heard of them talk about a lot of things, and all of this monitoring and this censorship and this Alexa and Siri and her whole damn family. We used to laugh and talk about how you would buy something and then you go on Facebook or go on Instagram and whatever it was you bought show up on your timeline. Well, y'all know I've been over here on a movie binge watching type of situation while I've been handling other circumstances. And do you know more child and sex trafficking movies have started to come up on my suggestive feeds? On the little platform that tell you, oh, we think you'll like this movie. Oh, you should watch this movie. These other people that like this watch these movies, and I've been kind of clicking and watching on a little bit of them, and the last I would say 2 or 3 movies that I watched that was related to that type of situation was dated movies dated back in 2017. I ain't got to say much else after that, right? Right. So the same way that people think that The Simpsons was, predicting, you got to remember the players involved. The Rogan man that created The Simpsons also is involved in a long list of people whose names they're jumping through hoops to keep quiet and protect. But a lot of other writers and directors and movie critics and people in the film world that they're in the mix as well. Um, and y'all know I was talking to y'all even complaining at one time. Every time I was going to jail for something, a lot of sex. Yes, low, yes, yes. A lot of times, I was going to jail and I was coming back and telling y'all about all the stuff they was doing. Now, when you watch a lot of the bigger creators, you start hearing them say, "Well, yeah, YouTube, they doing this, that, and the third, and they tripping this, that, and other." YouTube been tripping. It's just that the bigger YouTubers weren't feeling the effects because they were bigger YouTubers, right? But smaller YouTubers can feel the effect very, very suddenly, like myself. I've had to go through drastic extremes to come over here and have a conversation with you guys about what's going on in our day to day life. And what I'm finding as I look through my timeline is that a lot of the bigger content creators and YouTubers are starting to, create and design their own websites and going to other platforms so that they can speak more freely. But we're finding out that now, and even on some of the other platforms, that they're starting to adapt this same concept of not allowing people to say certain things and talk about certain situations. It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate, and that too again is another form of control because they don't want you educate nobody. They don't want you teaching nobody what's really going on, so that people will learn to stand together. That's part of our problem is divisiveness. Racism was an ugly thing when it came into play, and it started to divide people and separate and segregate and doing all the things. It was an ugly situation, but for some, it proved to be very valuable, and they found a way to keep it in motion. The whole time we thought we was all getting along, we weren't. And now you find people start talking about, oh, look at Becky, oh, look at Karen. Shit, they've been a Becky, they've been a Karen, they've been a Virginia, they've been a Marianne, a Anna Lee, a Mary Bell. They've been all of those. They've been here. But now that you got TikTok and Boomerang and all of these other platforms that people can share situations and things on, you tend to think that all these people are just coming around. No, they've been here. Social media is just now is supposed to be a way to give people a platform to share uh, things, situation. They don't want you to. Hang on, let I'm catching that way. What she say? We're not even let me spell the word right. I knew what you was talking about, baby. I already knew what you was talking about. Don't even trip. Hey, Kiki. I knew what you was talking about, Lo. Don't even trip, girl. We know how things go around here. I was listening to her son. I caught a little bit of his live. I missed a good portion of it, but I did listen to the replay. And he was, showing the people. He said, "Y'all look and see, how many people in the room. We have almost 4,000 people in here. Now they done took us below 3 and won't let us come above." He was just walking you through how YouTube was messing with them. And again, these larger YouTubers are just now peeping it, but quiet as it's kept. YouTube been doing this here now for almost a year. Well, really for almost 2 years, but they just started to tighten up on their backstroke this year. And it seemed like the more people that wake up, the more they want to try to dim the light. And how do you dim the light? You distract them. You put something else before them. Everybody want to talk about this. Like for instance, let's talk about what happened with Lil Kim and Meg Thee Stallion. They did a song together where Lil Kim was allegedly talking about her ex. 50 Cent done tried to instigate and run over to Nicki Minaj, hollering about Lil Kim was talking about your baby, but her baby eye messed up anyway. He tried to create some beef. And I'm gonna tell you how quickly everything got sidetracked. Then Lil Kim responded. Then they took the video down because I believe they said Lil Kim posted it. Either Lil Kim or Meg Thee Stallion posted up the video of their song that had nobody promoted or pushed, and they seems like a lot of people that heard it liked it. I didn't hear it. And a Lil Kim responds, and then Mr. Papers, her baby daddy, responds, and all of the things happen. But other people are looking at the fact that, look, Kim, you got on here and did this with Meg the Stallion. Y'all did this, and Meg didn't come out not one time to defend you against 50 Cent and tell the people that this was not about Nicki Minaj's baby. This didn't have nothing to do with no Nicki Minaj and this, that, and the third. And that, like, they're calling Meg a flip flopper. And at this point, I would have to say she is a flip flopper. But here's the deal: it seemed more to me like Meg is more of an opportunist, because she thinks that the little bit of soul that she has already sold off to the devil is going to help her if she try to stay out of other people's beef. She knew what was coming when she got ready to do a song with Lil Kim. Now, being on that track or being on that song with her, she could have at least came out and said, 50, you ought to quit. But see, Meg thinks she don't want to be into it with 50. Because what is 50 going to bring? Because, 50 is a petty old bitch. What kind of skeletons he going to pull out of Meg's closet? Because as soon as she says something, he going to get in her ass. I'm just telling you right now. And stay in touch. A whole different. Yeah. Yeah, it was because our whole life feel like it's like a movie. My life feel like it's a whole movie, like it's a skit. Like everything been plotted and planned out, and they sitting up here, they trying to get Chris Rock to say something about Will Smith. Chris said, if you want me to talk about Will Smith, you gotta pay me. I mean, you just look at all the little beefs coming out now. Nicki Minaj then got a large group of women together. They gonna redo a remix of something that she had done, and all of the stuff going on in the Hollywood scene and in the music industry. Look at all of the craziness that's coming out, and you think that's not to distract you? They was just talking about Nick Cannon and all his kids. Now, who is this they talking about? Neo supposedly, pregnant with another child, and all of this to keep you away from what's going on. Well, wait just a minute. What I want to know is what the hell going on over there in Ukraine? Because for a minute, y'all was bragging and talking about how many billions and trillions of dollars y'all done sent over to the Ukraine, and y'all won't let nobody talk about Putin and his people and what's going on. I want to know what's happening over there and why Putin is going to North Korea, for help against Ukraine. Because if I remember correctly, North Korea was about to pop us one good time for running over there trying to help defend South Korea. But I mean, I'm just asking. I want some understanding. Nick, Carter, where used the same but less than most others. We've already been broken down. Yeah. They even talking about how Cardi done changed her face to look like Nicki. Well, hell, quiet as is kept. Baby, once upon a time, not long ago, you could have put Nicki, Cardi, and Meg all up next to each other. And all three of them bitches look the same to me. All three of them look just like each other. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Cardi went and started messing with her face. She went and added on to her butt and tried to make her waist small and all of the things. Like, what a girl. And you still running around trying to have babies. You ain't peep what Beta went through, having all these babies and trying to keep your shape. And her shit allegedly was natural. At least it was once upon a time. She had them take some off, but I guess her hips don't lie, according to Shakira. So we're going to always be able to tell that she got some hips, but now look at them. Now they showing you Beyonce as a much thicker person. Beyonce was super thick when she came out. She got with Bey, and he had to made her lose some of that around the hips and the thigh portion. If y'all don't see these 2.0s, these 3.0s, and these Mustangs and Ferraris coming out imitating, y'all better pay attention. Facts. And 50 has the most dirtiest info on folks that he have issues with. Yeah, so man can't really say nothing. He'd get in her ass, and then all her seeds gonna come through. Cause you know the first dig he gonna take in her is Tory Lanez. Now we're gonna call a cow moo. First rock he gonna hit Meg with is Tory Lanez. They turning off the comments, not showing likes. This platform is going down the dirt. Absolutely. And we know that YouTube been building up the smaller people like myself who feel the effects. Because you know I'm a whole convicted felon on these YouTube streets. I felt this 2 years ago. But now you got Madison, Tasha K, Conscious TV, Storm, Sean, all these big YouTubers are now starting to tell you YouTube tripping. They trying to shadow ban me up, but baby, I'm glad to have y'all here because I didn't think nobody was coming. I was gonna talk my shit either way, but you know, I ain't think nobody was gonna know because we know that they've been shadow banning this page. They've been shadow banned. They've been locking me up for what come out of my mouth on this page and going on the main page and going back 2, 3, 4 years ago, pulling up shit I was talking about when I first started waking up and locking me up over there too, trying to take me out. But some of the changes that I had to make, I had decisions I had to make. Do I want to leave the video up for them, get them some ammunition, or do I want to talk my shit and take it down? So a lot of times we come over here and when we get into the underground and we go back there and I start showing documents and showing video stuff, we end up having to take the video down. Why? Because I know they coming. That part I didn't send that on Ukraine to you. Yeah. Yeah. you know, then and look, while everybody is following this Jennifer girl who was Kenneth Petty's victim, right? They talking about how she coming after Kenneth and how she found this and she found that and did all of the things, but they had you distracted from the fact that Amigos had broke up. All of a sudden, his cousins and them broke up over Cardi. Huh? So now Takeoff and Quavo, Quaalude, whatever his name is, they over there trying to rebrand. Mm-hmm. I'm just preparing I'm preparing a meal for in the morning, getting some things situated while we sitting here chilling. So, tricking. Tricking? Wait, who we talking about now? We talking about Meg and Anthony? Megan got sex tapes floating around on the internet? Child. What a mess. Listen, you know this world is a crazy world when your mama trick you out. And Kim Kardashian has been trying to teach all of the mamas with young kids who the people claim got talent. Kris Jenner opened up her book of tricks, her bag of tricks, and tried to teach the world. Mm-hmm. So nobody ain't been seeing nothing in their neighborhood, huh? Nothing at the gas pumps, at the grocery stores, at the schools. Anything going on with your kids' school? Oh, with Meg? Probably so. Okay. Okay, Lo, no problem, babe. Thank you. Thank you, babe. I was just saying the other day that I gotta put something together for the bosses. Um, it's just so much. Oh my god. I wish I had the umph that Tasha and many others had to be able to quit their job and do this full time. The information that I'm interested in sharing is would require too much. We already trying to survive. Already trying to survive. So I just can't see myself putting more energy in trying to circumvent the system or come up with ways for me to be able to speak freely. It's so many other people out here that have found a way to make it work for them. And I commend them. I can listen to them. And for those that come over and hang out and listen and enjoy our chit chats, then hey, so be it. That's all right for me. Having a large platform was never my goal. That was never my goal when I came on. My goal was always to educate and inform and to share opinions. Okay, y'all. Now I can pay attention to the screen. I was on Friends Prayer Party. Ooh, child. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So, see, see, that's one of the reasons why everybody giving Meg so much smoke is because she not ever once tried to stand up and defend their album. And it was almost like Meg wants to stay in the circle. She don't want the people to get mad at her. She fight her own demons. She been fighting her demons since before her mom passed. You know what I'm saying? With her management crew and her the record label people. And when she did this last album, she thought she was done. She thought she had fulfilled her contract and they was gonna let her go. They let her know, no, baby, you ain't going nowhere. So she's already got her own personal battle. But just the fact that this shit is going on with Kim, who's somebody that she did a song with, and it's about the song, and then the song got copywritten. And they're trying to figure out, well, who copyrighted the song? Because Meg, Cardi, Nicki, and any other successful music entertainer, they have someone that is handling their social media accounts. And mom, then her Gma. Oh, I forgot about her Gma, Lo. I forgot about that. Yeah, anybody that is somebody that has social media, they may work their own Instagram account mostly, but they usually have handlers that monitor their social media. And when it comes to music, they just put their content ID and put it as not shareable or not, and a lot of times when they get those notifications that somebody done used their content, they get so many notifications from YouTube that I think they just go through it. Yes, click all, and they strike everybody because when you're messing with an account that's got tens of hundreds of millions of followers and different things, everything is just overwhelming. You don't get these small notifications like we get over here. I got you know, my God, 2,000 notifications coming from a variety of people. If I had a Cardi B page or a Nicki Minaj YouTube, I would get 2,000 or 300 something notifications every 10 minutes. It would be 10 times that amount. So it's hard to follow and keep up with. Right? You can have absolutely no God given control. Right. So but it's just the fact that all of that is so important. Did anybody spend any time on the fact that now Will and Jada are have decided to go on their separate way? And has anybody done commentary on the fact that they over there splitting up properties and whatever so that they can separate and move on? Have anybody been talking about that? No, because right now they back on this Aries Spears and this Tiffany Haddish thing where Tiffany now, according to the people, she done threw Aries under the bus and just said, look, I didn't know that he was about that life. I didn't know that's what he was going on. Listen, if you ain't been listening to Cat Williams tear Tiffany Haddish a new ass, then let me be the one to tell you. Cat Williams said, how can you call Tiffany a comedian over Monique when Tiffany ain't done a tour? She ain't did comedy for hours and hours and hours for weeks and months at a time. I seen a few of her stand up shows on YouTube back in the day when she was first coming out. But that was just her coming out. And I didn't know, I guess I did not hear that the people were on this kick that they wanted to cancel Monique. Now, last time I heard Monique was being canceled was behind that Precious situation with Lee Daniels and Tyler Perry and Oprah and all of them. Now, Lee done kissed and made up. She's supposedly in some movie that he got going on Netflix, and she's supposed to be the star, and everything's supposed to be Gucci Lucci. So I've not been in the know on who wants to cancel Monique now. Now that she back on the scene. What does she do now? Why they want to cancel her now? I saw a couple of videos where they talked about famous comedians who got blackballed or put out the sector. You know what? Most of those comedians are out here telling you real life truth about sex exploitation and trafficking and all of the things. Telling you how the people playing in your face. How can they tell you easy? Because they were once famous. And they either get on the boat or get thrown off the boat. They decided they didn't want to be famous like that. They didn't want to be a part of any sick crap like that. So that's how they end up getting kicked off the boat, off the island, and off the boat. So yes, I would say that they are more than qualified to tell you how the industry is. I ain't studying them for I ain't studying them for how they make me worry about my grand and my grandchildren and what they have got to discern. Right, right. And some people are so excited to make it through their kids. I get it. If you got a kid that can add up 6 digits or more in seconds, you want everybody to know you're registering him in these different competitions. You're getting him moved up in school. You're accelerating his education. I get it. And then you want to do competitions, and then people want to sponsor, and then money comes into play and fame, and then they want to fly you out. And those people get caught up in wanting all of this infamy through what their kids are accomplishing. And then the next thing you know, the kids you get away from them. But there are videos that we have seen in the underground where kids have been begging, telling their parents what Mr. So and so do to them and how Mr. So and so treat them and how Miss So and so watches, and people just, oh well, you're a big girl, you're a big boy, You can handle it. It's okay. Remember how you won first place in the track meet? What the fuck do they got to do when they tell you somebody touching them and they don't like it? Somebody hurting them and they don't like it. I don't get it. But they want the money. They like all of the perks and things that come with being associated with these people, and their children suffer for it. I've seen movies where the police done ran over a child and killed them and swore up and down that they found them and called help and did all the things, never not once telling the people that they did it. And when they finally tell the people that they did it, tell the family that they did it, their conscience done beat them down so bad to where they giving up, just giving up because they know what's gonna happen. And then that person turns around and turn and show them love and don't go after them. Don't repeat or tell anybody what they told them, what they admitted to. Them the movies that's been coming across my screen these last couple of weeks that I've been, busy trying to, you know, do my part in my family stuff. Yeah. I got family who finally somebody heard something on TV or they heard somebody else say something and they believe it. They still haven't looked at any receipts. They still haven't done any research, but they finally heard somebody say something that they believe. And now they want to jump in the ring and challenge and go after people because they believe something that somebody else done said without even, looking up anything, researching, reading anything. They just ready to go to war. It's like don't fight for wrong. Know what you're fighting for. Know what you're standing for. Know what you're trying to represent. Because I tell you something, I got somebody behind me that keep explaining and preaching and telling me it's gonna be all right and to stay strong, stand up because the day gonna come when I'm gonna need to be there to explain and talk to people when everything starts happening. But you know what? The stuff that I hear people say today got me wondering. I'm not sure if I can be the person to help them when that time comes. I don't. And then, I sit back and I think about how our world started to evolve with the technology given to us. I found out they got an Instacart application called an Instacart where you can use your phone or computer to go in online and go shopping for groceries at any grocery store you want. And it's like a Uber Eats or a DoorDash or a Postmates. They go you make the grocery list and they literally go to the grocery store and they get everything on your list and they ring it up, check it out, and bring it to you, deliver it to you at home. And I thought, man, that is so cool. They tax you about the same as Grubhub and all of them. And I said, oh, that's neat. Then I thought about it and I was like, wait a minute. You don't really need to use that unless you're quarantined and you can't go out. Then you would have the privilege. But hey, we done seen people covered in the monkeypox going out to the drive-through in different restaurants talking about that's what they was craving, so that's why they left home. Why you didn't use DoorDash? You selfishly want to go out here and infect other people. So frustrating. Um, but then I also thought about, well, when they decide for martial law, if they decide that they want to enact martial law and make everybody go to the house and sit down and not be out and about moving amongst the people, then Instacart and these other platforms will be all that the people have. But are those workers considered essential workers? Are they going to allow those people to move around the world freely while everybody else is told to stay at home? Like, I have so many questions. But you know what? It's no need for me to waste any time, energy trying to put it together, figure it out, because I won't be using Instacart, DoorDash, and all the rest of them, because I pretty much got all of my stuff at the house. But it is not crazy that you get those notifications when you don't feel like going out. Yeah, yep. Some of my family members make money as shoppers. It's been here for 2 years. Oh, really? Yeah. It showed up about the same time Killer P did. And I felt like Killer P was definitely a way to create uh, revenue and jobs for people that, didn't or could not perform in the workplace. I think that the movement they had to consider, Uber drivers and stuff as employees and not contractors, and insure them, offer them insurance and benefits and things like that. I think that was definitely a good movement. I think that was a legitimate movement, a legitimate fight. Um, because that's a large part of what's going wrong with our society now. No one plans ahead. Everybody just want to get a job and go work and make money. Nobody's thinking about what about your medical bills? What about insurance? What about pension, profit sharing, 401k? What about savings account, credit union? You know, Jay-Z keeps telling you album after album after ever since he did that 444 album, and maybe prior to then, but that 444 album that Jay-Z did, I really like that album. Um, and Jay Z been telling you credit is what's going to make a difference in your life. I mean, especially when they're talking about changing out currencies, and the dollar bill is dying out. Gold and silver appears to be the currency that's going to be coming into play. And if you don't have any, well, then maybe Jasara will still allow you to be on equal terms with the rest of the people that's supposed to get their 40 acres and a mule. Because at the end of the day, we still supposed to get that free energy. The counter population. Yep. Yep. We still supposed to get that free energy. We still supposed to have immaculate health care, to the point that health care should be available to everyone. Hell, when they get through coming out with these medical beds and distributing these medical beds all across the world, and they're supposed to be able to put you on this bed allegedly, and it runs a scan on you and it finds all of the different problems that are wrong with the inside of your body, and if they can fix it, they can fix it, and there's no downtime. And if you need some type of medication to help regulate some part of your body, we're supposed to be getting pills that actually work, or getting remedies that actually work. And pharmaceuticals should be belly up. They're not supposed to be able to make any more money. I mean, it's so much in store for us with Jasara Nasara. Credit is also a counter population. Yeah, when I first found out that they discriminate against you in the credit world, I thought, wait a minute, because I was, just discovering racism back during this time. And I said, wait, you mean they can discriminate? I mean, because credit, what do? You fill out this application, you submit it to the people, they enter it into a computer and spit it out through all of the other computers to find out if you're credit worthy. Well, your zip code can make or break you. If you live in a 90210 zip code, you may have a low credit score, but they may extend credit to you because of the zip code that you live in. The same way your insurance company, if you take your ass and you move to the hood and you in a 90110 zip code, you could have 700 credit score. They may not be so quick to offer you credit because of where you live. You're in a high risk area. High risk for what? High risk for getting your credit card stolen, getting your identity stolen, getting your debit cards and shit, having your checks and stuff washed and stolen. Fraud. Complaints of fraud. That's to the whole reason why, yeah. I thought, oh wow, man, you what? And I know that to be true because I lived in a zip code that was amongst the bougie. And the credit card offers that I received were crazy because I had just tried to get a credit card, I guess the year before I moved, and I couldn't. And they was trying to force me into these credit cards with this high interest rate. And I moved into the zip code, and I think what I did, I think I might have gotten a phone with T-Mobile and got it on that 2-year plan where they take like $25, add $25 to your bill. I had just got a phone, and when I did that, I guess they did a soft credit report on me, and it put me out there in the algorithm, so to speak. And I was getting credit card offers from everywhere, and my ass was crazy back then. I was applying for this, that, and the other, but a couple of them I didn't use, and the ones that I did use, I paid off all but one. So it's definitely true. They will use your zip code, your auto insurance, your renters insurance, State Farm, Farmers, and all of them. They will also use your zip code to go up on your car insurance as well. Mm-hmm. Yep. It's crazy, but it's the life we live in. And it was funny to me that they said that Meghan Markle wasn't invited to the Queen's funeral, I guess. I go the reading of the will or whatever it's called over there in England. Once they finally came out and said that the old battle axe was gone, they said Meghan got disinvited. I'm sure Meghan didn't care. Meghan didn't want her kids over there and all of that fugazi and this messery anyway. Yeah. See, Charles and Harry, Craig and Harry, whatever the Kevin and Harry, whatever their name is, they can be over there with their kids all they want. Meghan did, because see, Meghan had too many strikes against her. People already weren't caring for her because she was half black. So what? Megan wasn't hurt or phased or bothered that they didn't want to invite her to the reading over there, whatever they had going on. It was crazy. I was shocked when they went back over there because I know they left so that they could. I don't really know. I think they left because they did not want to be a part of the family tradition. Allegedly, they had anything to do with mistreating kids, and I do believe that was a family. That was a family thing. I mean, it's stories out there, it's rumors, it's videos, it's recordings. It's a lot of information out there. And you have to go dig for it because they won't let it be put on a public platform. So it's something that you have to dig for. No one of power or willing to be reasonable to give what is due. Right, right. That's why it's important that Nasara takes place. That's the only way we're gonna get what we're supposed to get. We gotta enter Nasara. That part I definitely can understand. I can understand that, and I can agree with that. Yeah. See y'all. We've been here for the. Oh yeah, wait a minute. I want to tell. Wait a minute. I want to ask y'all one more thing, girl. Y'all, somebody better tell me this ain't true. I wish she had told what happened with those children. Girl, see, I thought the people that agreed to help and identify, testify, point fingers, and anything else, I thought those were the only people that got to keep their reputation intact. I thought if they didn't help to crucify nobody, that they was gonna go up in flames. But somehow they let this one here ease on under the woodwork. Anyway, listen, I just seen today earlier on a TikTok that the Zeus Network done gave Blueface and Krishan a TV show. Girl, somebody better pinch me and tell me I'm dreaming. Blueface and Krishan are talk. Listen, this is another example of how they fooling with your kids. People literally are looking up to this couple as some type of a power couple, and oh, they just love them together. They are toxic. This is death waiting to happen. Somebody is going to get hurt in this relationship. Somebody already have got hurt. His mama and his sister both got their feelings and their asses hurt messing with this little girl once before. Now they fighting each other. She done went to jail. He done bailed her out. They still together. She jealous. He telling her, yeah, he's still sleeping with his baby mama. She out here revealing that he done had her have an abortion, and I see why. But they getting a TV show. You gonna give them a TV show? But see, think about it. Zeus gave toxic ass China and Rob Kardashian the show too. Then Zeus messed around and gave Black China her own show and brought her crazy ass mama Tokyo in on it too. Then Zeus allegedly so-called gave Tokyo a show. I ain't seen or heard about it, but that's what they said at Tokyo. Zeus is a toxic network, and no people are gonna be watching. And the more toxicity, the better the ratings. Wasn't it Zeus that gave what's Stevie J baby mom name? Jocelyn? Wasn't it Zeus that gave Jocelyn and her cabaret? They shot at a reality show. I mean, I'm just asking. Zeus. Maybe I should pull up what do Zeus spell backwards? Zeus Suez. Huh. Zeus spelled Suez, like the Suez Canal. Wasn't that the first canal that the Evergreen got locked up on and got jammed up on over there or something? I don't listen. I don't know. I tell you one thing. These people that do a lot with the numbers, when they're into the how you can take the numbers and put them together, like for instance, when they took T.I. and Tiny's son King and put the numbers together when he went to jail and what the numbers meant and how they add up to this, that, and other, it's leading to, I guess, some kind of a sacrificial situation. But to this day, I still have not been able to get my hands on that police report on that arrest record for that little nigga. And I still ain't heard nobody say what he got arrested for. Now, I heard his little friend say he didn't have no seatbelt on. But I don't know what King got charged with. And I don't think he wanted nobody else to know what he got charged with, because I think it was so weak that for him to be so tough, so hood, so gangster, so bad, that he would go to jail over a weak ass charge. Because, let me tell you something. You can go to jail for jaywalking. I almost went because I was talking shit. And when I tell you it took him almost 10 minutes to catch him and I wasn't even running, but what had happened was I ended up getting on the other side of the railroad tracks and he couldn't get to me quick enough. So it took his ass all down and around and about, up, down, over the hill, through the ditch and the trench and all the way around over the other side of the block to get on the same side of the street as I was to catch me. If I wanted to get away, I probably could have, but hell, girl, I'm too old to run from the police right now. All I can do is put this tongue lashing on them. So you can go, but you can go to jail for jaywalking. You can get a ticket for jaywalking as well. I hear they give them out like cookies in New York. Hmm. I love Krishan. I pray for her public uproar. Energy thieves. Misspell my words. Uproar. Yeah, I knew you was going to. Um, I think Krishan has an outgoing personality. She is very athletic. I've seen her on the Ninja Warriors and some other things that they've shown. I just think that this, I think that he put that monkey meat on her. He put that mandingo on her so tough that her nose is open so wide. That's why she had to open up her tooth because she needed her nose and her teeth both to be wide open. So I believe she sniffed this nigga dirty draws. Like, I hate that she's so into him. And when he was standing up here and when they was low key trying to throw subliminals about this TV show, she grabbed him and hugged him, and he wasn't even trying to put his arms around her. Like, I don't know. I just feel like he's using her. I feel like Blueface is using Krishan to make it seem like he hard and how he mistreats her and that make him some kind of big man. But at the same time, I feel like she's so into him and so supportive of him, but yet the love she's seeking from him, she was really probably trying to get from her own mama or her own daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like her to an extent. I just hate that she got all of this love for a nigga who don't. Love is a fool when love really don't love you. Y'all heard the song? Young hearts run free. Y'all heard the song? She got love for him that he ain't got for her. He's very disrespectful of how she feels about him. And I hate that she love him so much that she probably would lay down in front of a bus for him. So for them to have their toxicity on a TV show where young kids are watching, I just think is such a dangerous game because these young women are learning and watching others and learning how to be disrespected and mistreated by a man and how to accept it to the point to where they want to self-terminate their own existence. I just think it's a bad look for the younger people coming up. That's all. I just, yeah, just as an individual, I like her. I think she's funny. But the affection that she has for him and the love she has for him, I don't like it. And I don't like how he responds to her affection and her love for him. So yeah, that's my own thing. I guess it's him that I really don't like. Yeah. It's okay to be open, I think, and tell her, yes, I'm still sleeping with my baby mama. Yes, I'm still cheating on you. Yes, I'm still, because I told y'all once before the other night when he kicked that door down, I think he kicked that door down because he thought she was gonna find out that instead of a girl he was cheating with, it was really a nigga he was cheating with. Now that's my opinion. I believe that's why he was so mad about her having his phone at time because he's being used. Oh, okay. I was once a victim. Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm sure I hear about the show, how good or how bad it was. I don't know, Chad. I'm just shocked that they getting a TV show like you can't find nobody else out here toxic to give a TV show to. Like, out of all the drama, Y'all ain't doing the TV show for Cardi B and her toxicity. Y'all ain't doing the TV show for Nicki Minaj, Killer Petty, and Jennifer. Never gonna get paid. Ho. That's what somebody called her earlier, child. Child, I don't think I'll be watching. But look, I had to go in here and fix my food. I'm hungry. Thank y'all for coming by. Please thumbs up the video on your way out. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And I'm glad that everyone had an uneventful weekend. Y'all be blessed. I love y'all. Shout out to my bosses. Y'all are the bombdiggity.com. I holla.